Hi everybody, welcome to TechGrowthStocks channel. Today I present you a new episode. Specifically, I will give you 5 top tech growth stocks for March 2021. So these tech growth stocks have excellent growth and they have good momentum as well. And the tech sector overall has been coming strongly back over the recent trading days and recent trading weeks. So I think it's an exciting time to get on board of some of these strong tech names, because I think they could have huge runs going forward. So I think it definitely pays if you watch that video until the end with me now. Okay, so before I start right off with the first tech growth stocks for March 2021, I have to make a short disclaimer. This video does not constitute financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only, so please consider that. And also one more quick note. Please subscribe now to my channel with a link in the description below and hit the notifications bell so that going forward you do not miss any market leading stocks from me, and also for instance so that you do not miss the top internet stocks and top clean energy stocks for 2021, which I will be releasing soon. About these stocks I will be releasing videos soon. So that was it for the intro. So let's start right off with first top tech growth stocks for March 21. And also, by the way, so this is part 2 of the top tech growth stocks. If you missed part 1, have a look on my channel. There are excellent tech growth stocks in part 1 with even stronger momentum than in part 2. So definitely have a look on my channel. It's a must look if you are into tech growth stocks. Okay, so let's start right off with the first tech growth stocks for today, and it is EVBTY, Evolution Gaming. Here you can see the long-term chart of Evolution Gaming, and as you can see, Evolution Gaming was a recent IPO in August 2016. After its IPO, it had a nice IPO base here, a nice IPO base formation, and could break out of that IPO base and form a nice and strong uptrend. Then it had a, let's say, a consolidation phase and another breakout from that consolidation phase and a continuation of the overall uptrend, a very strong uptrend in Evolution Gaming. In the short-term chart, we see that uptrend quite nicely. Here we had a period of pause in the uptrend, a base building phase, and here breakout from that base and continuation with the overall strong uptrend in Evolution Gaming. When we look at the growth characteristics for Evolution Gaming, I mean, the EPS growth, it's very strong with plus 80%, and the sales growth, it's strong too with plus 39%, and the relative strength rating, it's good with, or it's okay with 86. I think with these characteristics, Evolution Gaming is definitely a top tech growth stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for Evolution Gaming. So now let's have a look at the next top tech growth stock for March 2021. And it is GNRC, Generac Holdings. Here you can see the long-term chart of Generac, and as you can see, I mean, Generac here, it had downtrending phase, let's say from around March 2014 until November 2016, or no, February, November 2015. But then it reversed from this downtrend and formed a nice and strong uptrend since then, moving higher and higher. And just recently, or over the recent years, we accelerated in Generac with that uptrend strongly to the upside. And in the short-term chart, we see just that. I mean, here we had a period of pause in that uptrend. This was the Corona breakdown, period of pause, but then we broke out from here of that base or pausing phase and moved strongly to the upside. And here we had another base building phase. We broke out of that base, traded to the upside. And now it looks like we are coming back here and building another base on top of that short-term base here. And I think soon we could continue with the overall uptrend in Generac. And you can see as well, for instance, here we bounced off the 40-day moving average. Here we undercut the 50-day a little bit, but had a bounce after that. Or we could say we bounced off the 100-day moving average, the green line in the long-term chart. And yeah, recently it looks like here we bounce again on the 50-day to the upside. And yeah, so I think from a technical standpoint, Generac is looking great here. And when we look at the growth characteristics for Generac, I mean, the EPS growth, it's strong with plus 66%. And so is the sales growth with plus 23%. And the relative strength rating, it's okay with 84. So I think with these characteristics, and also it's in the industrial product space and a cyclical sector which has upside potential after this overall market breakdown. So and so I think with these characteristics, Generac Holdings is definitely a top tech growth stock for March 2021. Okay, so that was it for Generac. So now let's have a look at the next strong tech growth stock, and it is SHOP, Shopify. Here you can see the long-term chart of Shopify, and as you can see, Shopify was an IPO in May 2015. After its IPO, it built a nice IPO base, and it broke out of that IPO base, let's say around August 2016, and it formed a nice and very strong uptrend since then. And in the short-term chart here, we see an uptrend here overall, and then we had a longer base building phase here last year. In Shopify, we broke out of that base around December 2020, and based on top of that base building, and yeah, we broke out of that base as well, but we came back, and now it looks like we are building another base in Shopify, and looks like we are having here a cheap entry at the moment in Shopify compared to the previous price points. And in the long-term chart, we see as well, for instance, here we bounced off the 150-day, traded to the upside, and now it looks like we are having a bounce of the 150-day as well, the orange line. So I think from a technical standpoint, Shopify is looking good here. And when we look at the growth characteristics, I mean, these are excellent. The EPS growth is super strong with 4,826%. And the sales growth is also way strong with 95%. And the relative strength rating, it's okay with 81. And Shopify is in a hot sector in the software space. So I think with these characteristics, Shopify is definitely a top tech growth stock for March 2021. Okay, so that was it for Shopify. So now let's have a look at the last. So now let's have a look at the next top tech growth stock for March 2021, and it is LOGI, LOGI Tech International. Here you can see the long-term chart of LOGI Tech, and as you can see, I mean, here we had let's say for quite some time, let's say a consolidation and correction phase. Here, for instance, we moved up strongly, we corrected strongly, then moved sideways for quite some time. Then we tried to form a new uptrend, but we corrected, had a corona breakdown in LOGI Tech, and we made in the lows in March 2020. We reversed from these lows, and then we could break out from that overall sideways correction phase and form a nice and strong uptrend in LOGI Tech. And in this short-term chart here, we see that uptrend, quite nice uptrend. Here we see as well, for instance, here we bounced around the 100-day, a little bit above the 100-day. We had a bounce to the upside again. And yeah, here we had again a bounce of the 100-day to the upside. And now overall we came back heavily in LOGI Tech, we came back in LOGI Tech overall with a tech pullback, and now it looks like we're having a bounce of the 150-day to the upside. So I think from a technical standpoint, we're looking good here in LOGI Tech for a position. And when we look at the growth characteristics, I mean, the EPS growth, it's strong, very strong with plus 241%. And the sales growth is also way good with 80%. And the relative strength rating, it's okay with 80. So I think with these characteristics, LOGI Tech is definitely a top tech growth stock for March 2021. Okay, so that was it for LOGI Tech. So now we come to the last top tech growth stock for March 2021 for today, and it is TTD, the trade desk. Here you can see the long-term chart of the trade desk, and as you can see, the trade desk was an IPO in around September 2016. After its IPO, it built a nice IPO base here, and it could break out of that IPO base around February 2017 and form a nice and strong uptrend ever since then. And yeah, you see here as well in the, for instance, here we had the overall the Corona breakdown. We had that as well in the trade desk, and we made a March 2020 low. We reversed from that low, traded to the upside, and continued with the overall uptrend strongly. And in the short-term chart, we see that up move. We see here recently as well. For instance, here we bounced off the 100-day moving average, traded to the upside. Here we bounced off the 50-day, traded to the upside. Again, here we had a small bounce of the 100-day, traded to the upside, but then we had the overall tech pullback. This was quite strongly as well in the trade desk, and looks like we are bouncing now of the 250-day moving average, the blue line here, the lowest line. We are having a bounce here. When we see the price levels, I mean, we traded up to $971, came back to around 556. I mean, this is quite a strong correction move. So I think we could have seen the lows in the trade desk, and I think we could see another up leg soon in the trade desk. And when we look at the growth characteristics, I mean, these are good as well for the trade desk. I mean, the EPS growth, it's strong with plus 147%, and so is the sales growth, it's plus 40%, and the relative strength rating, it's okay with 86, and the trade desk is in a hot sector in the software space, which has been a leading sector also for quite some years now, with excellent performances and good growth. So I think with these characteristics, the trade desk is definitely a top tech growth stock for March 2021. Okay, so these were the tech growth stocks for March 2021 for today. I hope in that video are some nice tech growth stocks which you can use for your research. And also do not forget to subscribe now to my channel with the link in the description below, and hit the notifications bell so that going forward you do not miss any market leading stocks from me, and also so that you do not miss the upcoming videos about the top clean energy stocks and the top internet stocks, which I will be releasing soon. So subscribe now. Okay, so thank you for watching that video. I have had fun making it, and I hope this year will be an excellent stock trading year for you, and I think it could be, because with all that fiscal and monetary stimulus going on around the world from all of these central banks and governments, I think that money has to flow somewhere, and I think at the end it will flow into asset prices, and also and especially into the stock market, and it will propel stock prices higher and higher. So I think it definitely pays if you invest your time this year to select the best tech stocks and the best momentum stocks, and also the best stock themes like genomic stocks and strong disruptive stocks. And I mean, this is what we do here on the channel. I try to cover all of these investment themes and the best stocks in the market. So if you need some stock ideas, have a look on my channel. I'm releasing heavily in these areas, and I think at the end it will pay off a lot. Okay, so thank you for watching that video, and I hope to see you again soon in the future. Cheers.